Hello friend, how are you? I'm Ankita, and in this video I want to talk about emotional eating. So if you watched my videos, I have told you about my addiction to food. I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm addicted to food. So it's very difficult to do dieting, eat less food. And because of that, no matter how much I exercise, losing weight is very difficult. But I am trying my best, to cope with it. I think I have realized that, my problem is not that I get hungry a lot. Now, my problem is that when I'm feeling down, I use food to cope with the trauma. You know, whenever I'm feeling any kind of emotion, I will eat food. And earlier I used to think only I have this addiction, and I have become addicted to food. But then I saw YouTube video which was recommended, where they talked about emotional eating, and I watched that video and read the comments, and I realized that okay, this is actually much more deeper issue than just an addiction to food. So people know about addiction to alcohol, cigarettes, drugs. People get addicted to it and they damage their health. But addiction to food is also just as dangerous. And it can be even more dangerous because alcohol, cigarettes are generally shunned by society. People be like, oh, they are alcoholic, oh my god, they are smoking cigarettes, and people will be uncomfortable doing it publicly, so they have to go in separate some secret location to do it, or something behind or something. People nowadays don't smoke publicly, or at least if they do, they people judge them. And alcohol also, people cannot drink bottle and walk around the road. you know there is still societal pressure, so people are mindful about it. Drugs are even more difficult to obtain, but food is something which we can get, just get out of your house, walk little bit, and there will be some kind of food stall, fast food chain, or some more grocery store available where you can buy food. And food these days are mostly man-made food. you know like the food are so processed that they are very very different than what they used to be. Potato chips are have got so many flavors, and they don't even taste like potato. And food is something which is available everywhere, and no one will be like, oh my god, you are eating so much food. And the only way people will be judgmental if you are very fat. you know if people around you are thin and you are the fat one, then people will be judgmental. But nowadays everyone is fat, so no one is judging. So we don't even think much about it. We oh, they are also eating, they are also eating, what's wrong with that? Everyone is eating. Just like cigarettes and alcohol, they are drinking, I can also drink. Even though there are so many studies done which tell us that this is harming your body, this is harming your body, and people face consequences. They face liver damage, or kidney failure, or they have problems with their lung, they develop cancer. So many disease people develop, a smaller to larger scale. They see other people getting these diseases, but still they're no, I don't have to worry. you know and I think the problem with it is, people deep down realize that their bodies are getting harmed. People do realize that they are hurting themselves, but people are more focused on short term pleasure than the longevity of their life or long term health. You know, like people are like having hard time, coping with whatever they are going through. If someone is having a hard life, some kind of tragedy occurred, and they lost something or someone, or they are having some financial issues, health issues, anything, instead of using some healthy sensible method, people be like, oh my god, I should like eat some food, I should drink alcohol, you know I should do drugs or something, because for a moment you feel like numb, and it's not even like happy feeling, you know and alcohol taste very bad, and alcohol doesn't have a very good taste. At least milkshake, fruit juices taste good, but alcohol has a very bitter and weird taste, and so it's not something very tasty which people like. It is something starts with peer pressure where everyone else is drinking, so you join in, because you don't want to be alone and lonely, and you like get addicted to the alcohol part, you know and even if you don't like the taste, you would still like drink it because everyone else around you is drinking. You feel that other people are doing it, so it's fine to do it. Humans are like a social animal, what we observe other people do, we also do it. Like if people decided to quit the cars, keep the cars and go walking, everyone like suddenly decides, so we should not drive, we should just walk. Even though you are like to drive, you will still be like, okay, everyone is walking, and eventually you will give up your car and start walking. You like automatically follow what other people are doing. You like we see so many things like someone said, and when it becomes a big rumor, then you say, oh my god, it must be true, they are telling, so it must be true, and you blindly follow it. This is like a very important thing to realize, about addictions. One of the main reasons for addictions is like social, the pressure, peer pressure, or like blindly following the society. When we see people around us do something, we have like a tendency to do it. If people around us are alcoholics, we have a high chance of becoming alcoholic. If people around us are addicted to junk food, we have a high chance of being addicted to it. And especially when your family members do it, and if you see your parents do it, you have higher chance of doing it, until and unless you see harmful effects of it. And if your father or mother is alcoholic and you see their health going bad, then you can be like, oh my god, I don't want to damage my health. But a lot of times people see their health damaged, still they would do it because they just blindly follow what other people are doing. They see other person is getting harmed, still they do it because it is familiar. Eating is a familiar thing. Other people are doing it, so I should also do it, or it's okay to do it. And in this time, it's important to like, instead of blindly following anything, you should realize what is actually happening. Like if certain habits someone has, whether all of your friends are smokers, and you see them coughing, you see them in pain, you see their voice changing in a rough kind of, you see the damage on their body, you should take it as a learning lesson rather than something which you should follow. Whether you will have a happy life or a sad life depends on your decision. That's like common sense is becoming uncommon. People like see something but still they will do it. If you are surrounded by people who have bad habits, like even eating food, if you know people around you are unhealthy, spend less time with them. at least don't eat with them, eat separately, like come up with excuses. Sometimes you can join them, but sometimes you just eat separately. Sometimes it's better to eat alone than with people who have like eating addictions or any kind of alcohol, cigarette, any kind of addiction. you know because you are watching them do it, you are also going to do it. Or if you, even if you say no na, they are going to pressurize you, like, hey, what's wrong, they'll do it, it's okay, little bit fine. you know Misery loves company. So generally keep distance. When you see bad habits around you, move away and find people who have good habits, people who eat healthy, people who are like take care of their health. If you surround yourself with healthy people who take good care of their health, who worship their body, who prioritize their mental and physical health, you are also going to become like them. Not immediately, but eventually you will definitely be like them. Eventually you will be like, oh my god, I should also take care of my health. Because humans like to follow others around them. Whatever their people around them are doing humans will like tend to follow it. So if you're surrounded by healthy people who take good care of their body you're also going to adapt their habits and become a healthy person yourself. So this is like first step. Yeah. Second is find out reason why you emotionally eat other than peer pressure. Like if the peer pressure is gone, if there is no one forcing you or anything, no family member, no friend is forcing you, why are you emotionally eating? Why are you like feel like eating even when you are not hungry? You realize that you have eaten already, you have finished the pizza, but you still are looking for a milkshake. Why? Are you actually hungry? And if you are not sure whether you are hungry or not, imagine a food which you don't like that much, food which you are not allergic to, but you don't like it that much, like some vegetable which you don't like, broccoli, spinach, any vegetable you don't like. Are you willing to eat it? Are you willing to eat an apple? Are you willing to eat an avocado? Or any food which you don't like that much? If you have that food, would you eat it, or you just want that pastry? So if you just want that pastry, means you are not actually hungry, you are just addicted to it and you are craving it. And nothing wrong with cravings. I myself have cravings, everyone has cravings. But sometimes you have to like realize that that is not an actual hunger, that is something which you are like feeling like eating at the moment. If you don't eat it, you are still going to be fine. If you don't finish the pastry right now, you are not going to starve to death. You are just going to feel some grumbling, feel the urge to eat it, and then you will run towards it. But if you don't run towards it, if you do something else eventually you will forget about the pastry. This like happened with me. Like I have like cravings a lot, and sometimes I would eat, I have not stopped any food, I don't have any food which are like good bad. I eat every food. But I nowadays realize that when I'm like craving for something, it's not actual hunger. I'm not like starving. My body is not in need of that cake, chocolate or anything. I just want to eat because it tastes good. So when you realize that it is just a craving and it will go away soon, you will like distract your mind and eventually forget about it. Try it. If you are like feeling the urge to eat something, imagine eating something else. Would you be willing to eat that? No, then it's a craving. And if you are like really want to eat, eat small quantity of it. Instead of the entire pastry, eat small quantity, keep it aside, like remove only little bit and keep, initially it's going to be difficult, even I myself had this problem, I'll be like, okay, I will eat only na 1/4 of it, I remove it, keep it, bring the plate over here and eat, and then I'll be like, okay, I will eat little bit more, only half. Then I'll remove, eat, and half. Then eventually slowly entire thing got over. So it won't happen overnight, but still try to convince your mind, instead of like immediately taking the entire thing, eat only less, wait for some time. Do I actually need to eat it? I can eat later. Later it will be good idea. Later I can eat it. It will be like later. At night it will be very nice. When I get hungry at night, I can eat. Tomorrow I have nothing sweet to eat. I will eat tomorrow. And I convince my mind. So slowly my mind is also like, okay, fine. Okay, later. So even if you are trying to stop your craving and you immediately are not able to stop, don't need to worry, it happens with everyone, like not everyone is like, oh yes, now tomorrow onwards I am on a strict 1,000 calorie diet and entire life they remain a 1,000 calorie diet. That doesn't happen. So don't feel ashamed if you give up on your cravings. Don't feel ashamed, if you like finish the pastry, it's okay. Tomorrow don't bring the pastry. So if you don't have the pastry, you won't have any pastry to eat. Bring some fruits to eat. So when you are hungry, you eat some fruits, so you'll get some fiber and everything. Eat energy bar. Energy bar is more filling. And one of the another things which I like help with my craving is drinking water. And a lot of times when we are hungry, we are not actually hungry, we are thirsty. So at night sometimes I will be like, oh my god, I'm hungry, and I will drink 2 glasses of water and I am full. Why? Because I have already eaten a lot of food in afternoon and evening, so I am not actually hungry, and I am just like feeling like eating because I am used to eating at night. I am used to late night snacks, so I will be like, oh my god, I should eat. And our body has an alarm clock where if you have a habit of eating at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. automatically you'll be like, oh my god, I should eat. If you have a habit of waking at 6 a.m., you will wake up at 6 a.m. Even if there is no alarm clock, because your body is like, okay, it has set its own alarm clock, hunger, sleeping clock, waking up clock, internal there is already there. Even if there is no alarm, external alarm, your internal alarm is always working. So when you are like, if you know you have eaten a lot of food in the morning, evening, and you can skip the dinner, then if you are still feeling hungry, drink water, drink 1 or 2 glass or 3 glass of water, and you will automatically feel full. So even if you like decide to eat it, no, I will just eat that pastry, you will eat less quantity of it because the water has filled your stomach, so you are not eating too much of it. So not try it. And if you are like have a nice tasty food and you know you are going to eat a lot, drink couple of glass of water beforehand. So even if you cannot control your craving, your stomach will be like, no, stop, I am already full. Like I deviated from the second topic, went to the third, but make this the second one, and second one craving. Third one is like find the root cause of your craving, root cause of why you emotionally eat. So you emotionally eat because firstly is prayer pressure, secondly is you are going through some kind of pain, some kind of either physical or emotional pain, either currently or in your past something happened, or you are worrying about your future. And some foods, especially sweet foods, give a like a dopamine hit, which makes us feel happy in the moment. So we like take it for the instant dopamine hit, but it doesn't solve your problem. Like, no matter how much tasty food you eat, the thing which is giving you pain, the thing which is making you sad, angry, is not going to be solved by the food you eat. Food is something which you eat for your nutrition. It is not there to solve your problems. You have to find solution to your problem, or at least sometimes there is no solution. Sometimes it's just forgive and forget. Like, if someone has hurt you, if you're like your partner cheats on you, if your friend hurts your feelings, your friend cheats on you, your boss insults you, your parents insult you, or if you are like feeling down because you are not doing well, if you are disappointed with yourself, whatever the issue is, food is just there to give nutrition. The problem which is there in this scenario is like forgive and forget. Okay, what happened, it's okay, it was a learning lesson, I forgive you, I will keep the learning lesson and move ahead in my life. Like, if your partner cheats on you, instead of continuously lingering on it, realize, okay, I fell for a cheater, happens, let's move ahead in my life, wish you all the best, and you look for your own happiness. Instead of begging for other people for happiness, or like taking revenge. If you beg for them to love you, then it's a bad idea. Because you deserve love. You deserve someone who actually loves you, and one who actually loves you, you don't have to beg for them. Don't have to beg them to love you. So if you are in a scenario where person is not respecting you, any kind of person, partner, friend, family, a colleague, anyone, have you respect yourself and walk away. And you can bring your favorite food and walk away with them. But if something constantly hurting you, instead of begging, leaving is the best option. Give yourself something which makes you happy. Food makes you happy, eat food. And I don't want you all to like stop eating, but find other things also which will make you happy. Like, okay, what else can I do to feel better? Going to gym, exercising helps me. Going out, walking in the garden also helps me. Like, I like stray animals, I like dogs and cats, so I sometimes feed them and all, so that makes me happy. So, what else makes you happy? Okay, other than eating food, what other thing you can do when you are feeling down? Is there some hobby which you like to do? Do it. If you like drawing, painting, do drawing, painting. Watching TV, watch TV. Best thing is to do some movement. Like, either you can do something basic like cooking and cleaning, or you can go out, take a walk in your nearby area, do some exercises. When you do some movement, your body is energized and you feel good. When you are sitting down, you are going to feel down and you will feel like eating. But when you are doing something, when you are moving your body, your mind is distracted, and if you are enjoying the thing which you are doing, you will feel happy. So you won't look for food. So in this situation, when someone is hurting you, leaving and doing something which makes you happy is a good idea. If there is some other issue like which requires other people, ask other people for support. Ask other people, I need help. Sometimes other people can do what you cannot do. So ask other for help. Find someone who will help you out. Once that problem is resolved, you won't like rely on food for happiness. that problem is solved, so you are not feeling down, so you won't need food at that time, you know. So not just food, it's this can be for cigarettes, alcohol, drugs also. Sometimes what we do these things enough to feel happy, and or at least numb the pain. So when the pain is gone away and you are feeling happy na, so you will automatically be like, I don't need these things, you know. Your body, if you are too addicted, then it will be difficult, but over time, and it's not impossible. And a lot of people who are like hardcore like drug addicts, who have become sober and living a good life. So if someone can overcome drug addiction, you can definitely overcome your food addiction, you know. Like these three things you have to like remember, keep distance from people who put you in this addiction, and who feed you or give you drugs, alcohol, these things, keep you addicted, and keep distance from them, make less contact with them, you know. Secondly, like find out what find ways to distract your mind when you are craving for food, find other ways to like feel happy, do some hobbies, do something for fun, do some activities. Or if you are like very very hungry, drink water. Sometimes drinking 2-3 glass of water can also make you feel full, so you're going to avoid eating or eat less, that you can do. And third is resolve the problem which you are facing, instead of numbing it with food and everything, do something about the problem. Once the problem is resolved, or at least you are emotionally like, okay, I am not no longer affected by this problem, or I am not as much affected, your desire to eat and everything will also be reduced, so you'll feel better, you less desire to use food because you're already in a good state, so yeah, that's all for now. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have any ways to cope with emotional eating habits or any kind of addictions, please share it in the comments, if whatever problems you are facing and how you are trying to resolve it, maybe you can help someone out there. Yes. Take care. Bye.